Hello and welcome to Stitchcraft Gifts. My name is Jenny. I'm a crocheter based in North Yorkshire in the UK, and this is my little corner of the internet where I share everything that I'm making, everything I've been up to for the past couple of weeks, and my plans for the next couple of weeks. So grab yourself a project and a drink or a snack and I shall begin. Hello, how are you? I am far too warm. Again. I have got my fan on. I have got the window open. So I'm sorry if there's any background noise. When I edited the last one, I could hear the fan but it was kind of just a low hum. So I'm hoping that's all it will be. My light just flickered. But I think I'm still recording. That was weird. What else was I going to say? That's thrown me off completely. My light flickered and I didn't. Weird. There may be other noise as well. I am recording this much later in the day. I haven't said what day it is. It's the 31st of July today. I am recording this at almost 7 p.m. in the evening. I've just realised. I haven't had time during the day. Basically, it's the school holidays, so Ned's at home, I've got other things to do. So this has been relegated to the evening. Ned is not in bed yet. Of course it is only, that's relatively early still, and he has asked to stay up late today. I don't know how late he will be staying up, but he will be coming upstairs at some point with Kelvin to have a bath and go to bed. At that point I will pause, because there'll be too much noise going on in the background, and I'll carry on once he's asleep. But there may just be a little bit of disruption going on. On the subject of stopping and starting, I've been thinking a bit about the length of these videos. My last couple of episodes in particular have been really long. And although I quite like a long podcast, and I know plenty of other people do, they've been too long even for me. Really, I probably wouldn't choose to watch a podcast of that length. I might, it depends.
Maybe.
But it's less appealing. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through my finished objects with you, as I normally would, and then I will see how long I've been chatting for, and if it feels like it's already getting a bit lengthy, I will, instead of moving straight onto works in progress, I will do a couple of the, well, one or two of the shorter sections, the to-do review, which I haven't done the notes for. I'm going to stop in a second to do that, and or the on my radar or something like that, something, just a little sort of quick bits. And then I will end the video, and this will be part 1. And then I'll start a new video and record part 2. I record them both today, but in terms of publishing onto YouTube, I will do one on Friday, as I normally would, part 1 on Friday, and then part 2 a couple of days later, Sunday, Monday, just so you're not inundated with videos popping up. So I don't know if that works well for people. Let me know what you think, whether you think that's a good plan, whether you prefer a long video, and I've been fine. Just, you let me know what you think in the comments. What else was I going to talk about? What else was I going to talk about? There was something else, and I can't remember what it was now. Oh no, I've done it all. Yeah, I'm too hot. I'm feeling a bit rough, but I will try and keep the complaining to a minimum. Oh, and I did my nails today. Do you like? I haven't done the best job, but they're okay. Not my usual colour palette, but I quite like them. Right, I think that's everything for the introduction. I can't think of anything else that I need to say. So I'm going to pause, do the notes for the to-do review, and I'll be back with finished objects in a moment. Okay, it turns out I'm not going to talk about finished objects actually, because apparently I don't have any. If I had checked my notes more thoroughly, I would have known that. Yeah, that shouldn't really be a surprise. It's not really. I've had a lot going on this past couple of weeks. So yeah, the fact that I haven't finished anything doesn't really surprise me at all. It's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, oh well. So, as it turns out, I might not need to split this episode into 2 parts at all. So that might have been a complete waste of speech at the beginning. But never mind. Never mind, we live and we learn. I do, however, have lots of works in progress to tell you about, so I shall move on and I shall talk about those. So let's start with the summer top that I've been making. Let me just find which of the many bags I've got down here I've put it in. The one that is right next to me, that's convenient. This is nearly-ish finished. Check I've got it the right way out. No, of course I haven't. It's inside out. Now, the good thing about this so far is that if I carry on, what's going on, as I am doing, it won't matter which way round I wear it. I might decide that there's a front and a back, but at the moment it doesn't really matter, so that's quite nice. And which way round are we? That's the inside. Here it is. I think what I will do, actually, so that you can see it properly, if you bear with me a moment, I'm going to pause again and I'm going to put this on. It's not finished, but it's close enough that I think I can put it on and show you. Okay, so here we are. I have stood up to show you a bit. You can see I haven't got a left sleeve yet, or a right sleeve, depending on which way around I put it, but I have got the other one. I might just pop a little bit of extra edging, although I've done crab stitch, so I probably can't really. I might undo the crab stitch and do a different edge on the sleeve. Quite pleased with it. Not 100% happy with how it hangs right at the front here, but I think I've got a way to fix that. I want to add a bit of edging around the bottom, so that will help, and will of course make it a little bit longer. I'll just turn so you can see the back is pretty much identical. And there we go. Right, I'm going to take it off again and sit back down and I'll tell you all the details. Okay, I'm back. I have my notes. I'm just going to arrange this in such a way that I can sort of show you it while I'm talking about it. Something like that. Right, this is the pattern that I'm using for the construction. Is the Vanier V-neck tunic. It's a pattern that I found on Ravelry that I will link below. I cannot remember the designer's name off the top of my head. The construction's actually really simple. It does come with instructions for adding sleeves. I haven't even looked at them. I've just gone ahead and added my own. Yeah, because I had an idea of how to do it basically, but it does have instructions in the pattern if you weren't sure. Yeah, I think that's all I was going to say about the pattern. Drapes beautifully when you look at the movement in that. Just, it's down to the yarn. So, the yarn that I am using, pretend I'm wearing it, is I bought it from Hobby. I don't know if you can get it elsewhere or if it's one of their brands, I can't remember. And it is the Go Handmade Tencel Bamboo. It's not called DK. It's a DK weight yarn, but I can't remember what they call it. But yeah, Tencel and bamboo. So bamboo obviously is a plant-based fibre, bamboo. Tencel, I think, is another plant-based fibre. And the resulting yarn is silky and smooth, strong, really, really lightweight. It feels almost silky. It is really lovely. It has got very little twist in it. It's an 8-ply yarn, and the individual strands, they are twisted together but very, very loosely, so it does split a lot, which can be a pain, but I think it's worth it. And the colours, let me get this the right way around, that I'm using are petrol, jeans blue, this one, and light blue, and then we have hunting green and soft green, and these are just colours that I had in my stash. I bought this yarn years and years and years ago, just because it looked pretty. And I happened to have these colours in my stash. I thought I'd probably have enough to make this top, and it turns out that I'm pushing it, but I'm okay. I have just about got enough, I think. One moment. Oh, excuse me, I'm gassy today. You didn't need to know that. It's not long since we've had tea, and it's... I am using a 4mm hook. Just, again, to help it be nice and loose and drapey. It's this nice summer top. It is one of those ones where, even though it's quite heavy, it's quite a weighty fabric, when you've got it on, it's so breathable, partly because of the stitch pattern, partly because of the yarn, that it almost feels like you haven't got anything on, which is perfect for this kind of weather. I need to stop saying Now, I thought I heard people coming upstairs. I think I did hear people coming upstairs. Oh, I'm not sure. I'll keep talking. Now, as mentioned, I'm using the pattern from Ravelry for the construction. I did initially intend to use the stitch pattern in it, but it didn't work well with this yarn. You can see I have left a bit. The first few rows there are that stitch pattern, and it just looks a mess. It just didn't work well with this yarn at all, I didn't think. No fault with the pattern writer. I'm sure you know the pictures on their Ravelry page look fab. So because of that, I started playing around with the stitches basically, and I've got a combination of filet crochet patterns, most of which are self-drafted. Sorry, touching my face. And then just sort of mesh stitch type effects, and then a few solid rows just to break it up. I'm trying to see if I can show you any of it properly. It was probably easier to see when I had it on. Where am I? Is that the hearts? If so, which way around are they? I think that's the hearts on the softer green. There, you can just see the heart pattern in the filet crochet. And then on this side, which way around again? It's quite elongated, didn't really work very well. Just hold it up and see if you can see it. On the camera, no, there's some bat motifs hiding in there somewhere. You can't see it very well. But never mind, I think once I've got it on, you can. And it doesn't really matter, I've had fun making it. And I think the overall effect looks nice. So yes, all I need to do now is finish the second sleeve, which won't take long at all. And then I think I'm going to add some edging to the bottom to lengthen it a little and to sort out that bit where it joins in the middle. I just don't quite like it, sort of gathers a bit, and I'd like to try and smooth that out. I may need to undo the join and join in a different way. I don't know. I have also left it at the moment as a split hem at the sides. You can see there I've split it just so it falls over my hips a bit better. I think I'm going to leave it as a split hem, but I have not decided yet. So I don't know. I'm hoping to have this finished by the next time I speak to you. I'd like to be able to wear it on the podcast because that would be cool, but also the weather, I'm complaining again, is so warm at the moment, and it would be a perfect top for pretty much anywhere, to be honest. We're going out for a meal on Sunday. I don't think I'll have it finished by then, but if I do, it'd be nice to wear it then. But I have got something that's even more time critical that I want to get done, which I'll talk about in a moment. So I suppose actually isn't. I need to make a decision about what order I'm doing things in. I've made myself a little list of projects for August because it is August tomorrow, which is crazy. Yes, I need to make a decision about what order I do things in. Right, that is whip number 1. Move that out of the way. What's next? Next I'm going to very quickly mention the Peace on Earth cushion that I am making. There has been no real progress since last time, so I didn't bother bringing it up to show you. I think I've done one more of the little panels, but it's the same as one of the other ones, so there's no point showing it to you. That, because it's a Christmas item, I am going to keep working on it, but just kind of steadily chipping away. There's no rush for that one. And now I've started yawning. That's really helpful. So next, there is a little progress on my brother's blanket, which I left over there because I wasn't thinking. So there's not a huge amount of progress, again, not as much as I hoped there would be by now. Again, I'm going to blame the Samana days. I do not get a lot done when the small one is at home all the time. But I am steadily plugging away. As I've said before, I want to get it done at the latest by the end of September, and I think I am on track for that. Now, originally I wasn't showing you this, but I don't think my brother watches my podcast. It'd be lovely if he did, but I don't think he does. So, yeah, there we go. You can't really tell what it's going to be yet. I know. I can tell just by looking at it how it's going to look, because I know the picture that I'm working from. If you've got any guesses as to what it might be, please do put them in the comments. It will be really interesting to see what you think. That is a self-drafted chart from a photograph. I'm using various colours of Stylecraft Special DK, which is a yarn I'm very familiar with, and it's going really well. Like I say, slow but steady. I don't think I'll get time tonight, but hopefully I'll do a bit more this week. I'm having to keep it to the evenings at the moment because I need a good chunk of time to be able to get really stuck into it. And then once Ned's back at school in September, hopefully I can power through and get it finished. Any more details you would like on that will be in the project page that is linked below, if I've put one up yet. I can't remember. Yeah. Oh, that's fallen over. As will the information for everything else, which I should have mentioned already and didn't. I always forget that bit. Salazzle is hiding from me. Where's she gone? Oh, here she is. So, I've spoken before, I've told you a bit before about the amigurumi that I am making for Ned, based on one of his favourite Pokemon, because as he has lamented, you can't get toys, merchandise, anything based on any other than the main few, sort of, words not coming out right today, the few main really popular Pokemon, you know, there's Pikachu and Charmander and a few others. But once you start getting a bit more obscure, understandably, there is no merch. And so I said I'd make him one. And of course he chose one where no one has written a pattern for it, as far as I can tell. So I made it up completely from scratch. And I'm actually really proud of this, how well I've done. Whether or not I'll write the pattern up at some point, I do not know, as it's taken a while, let's put it that way. Look at this. This is the Pokemon Salazzle. Now I've had to do her sort of sitting down, squatting. That'll be where her feet go. She hasn't got hands or feet yet because I don't know how I'm going to do them. They're very spindly, like long fingers. But yeah, so front feet will be there. Got thin arms. I've got pipe cleaners inside the arms. No actual stuffing, just pipe cleaners. So they are fully posable. She can wave. But yeah, I'll pop the picture up again over here, I think, today, so you can compare. Obviously I haven't done her detail yet. She's got no face features. She hasn't got the colours down the front, and there's a couple of little sort of wiggly bits to come out the back, I believe. But I'm really proud of this. She's not quite finished, but she's getting there. Just got a few details to add. Ned has been keeping an eye on my progress along the way, and he seems pretty happy with it. So I think that there's very little crochet left that I'm going to do. Actually, I'll do the kind of wibbly bits out the back, they'll be crocheted. I think for the detail, I think I'm going to needle felt it, because I think at this stage, with her, the size and the shape that she is, and with her all put together, it'll be easier. Which is a bit of an annoying decision for me to make at this stage, because I have already got the yarn for, you know, in the right colour for the detail. But hey, I can use it for something else. Especially because it's purple, and I use purple a lot, so that's not really a problem. There are a couple of areas where I have overstuffed, or where the stitches were just a bit too gappy. I'm not going to point them out. If you can see them, you can see them. If not, good. Neris is coming, I can hear her. But yeah, otherwise I'm really, really pleased. So again, this is a completely self-drafted pattern. I have tried to look up parts along the way, see if I can find inspiration from somewhere else. I honestly haven't been able to, so I've had to completely make it up all by myself. And the yarn is, that's the purple, never mind. Where's the front label? The yarn is, hello Neris, Hobby Amigo. Will that focus? What? I think that's focused for you. Are you coming to say hi? You get 50 gram balls. This is dark purple. This is called dark steel, I think. And it's fully 100% acrylic. And in a 50 gram ball, hello, you get 175 meters or 191 yards. She is so noisy. And yes, I think it's a DK weight. It says weight 3 on the back, which I think is DK. It feels like a DK. So there we go. That's Salazzle. That again, I'm hoping to get finished in the next couple of weeks, ideally, just because I've been working on it for a really long time now. Ned has been so patient. Come on in. Come and say hi. Yeah. Oh, no, they can never see you though. You don't come up high enough. Tail. Yeah. What are you saying hello? Will you let me lift you up to say hello to the camera? No? Ooh, maybe. Shoulder cat. You're just going to get in the way now, aren't you? That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I'll try and carry on. What was I saying? What was I saying? There you go. Oh yeah, just I want to get that finished. soon. Okay, just going down. Right, what else was I going to talk about? No, oh, you silly animal. Oh well, she's fine. And so is all the stuff she's just dumped onto, so that's good. Right, the cushion that I was working on. Don't you dare jump back over here. The cushion that I was working on last time. Can I shift this so you can see it? There she is. There we go. Have I got it? There it is. The cushion I was working on last time. Again, I shall... Oh, now she's gone. Charming. Move you back again. This pattern is called Late Summer. Again, I can't remember the designer name, but the project page will be linked in the description. I've actually made quite a bit of progress on this. This is all in Stylecraft Special Chunky, in just colours from my stash, I think from memory. We've got, it's either white or cream. We've got cloud blue, we've got magenta, we've got Emperor, there's more of it down there, and the other blue, which is there, and there is Bluebell, I think. I've done quite a lot. There's still another repeat of a pattern to go, so about half as much again. I've fed up with it. I'm not enjoying working with the chunky yarn, even though it means it works up quickly. It's just not my vibe. Don't really like using chunky yarn. Ordinarily, DK is about as heavy as I go. Depends what I'm making, depends what the project is, but ordinarily DK is about as heavy as I go. I have decided to frog this. Put the yarn into scrap, put the bits that are left back into my stash, and just, never mind. This isn't really my style anyway. I think in different colours it would be. I'm not bidding the pattern is great. And I think if I chose different colours, different yarn, it would look brilliant. I'm just not happy with this version of it. So I'm going to frog it, which means technically I suppose it is a finished object. But I'm not really classing it as one. It will at least come off my list, which is great. One less thing to worry about. And as for the cushion insert that I have bought, and the other 3, they're back there somewhere, I have got plans for cushions. So don't you worry, they will get used. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, I can't remember. But I have decided, in terms of my business, just to narrow the focus a bit, because it's all been a bit, I'll just make whatever and try and sell it until now. I want to narrow my focus and the word focus is losing all meaning already, but focusing on home furnishings, starting with cushions, because I know what I'm doing with a cushion. And I was chatting to my mum the other night, and she's given me a load of really good ideas. She's great for ideas. Thanks, Mum, if you're watching. And I've had a few more myself as well. And yeah, I'm going to explore those. There's not going to be a massive change in terms of what you see on Instagram and on my website for a little while, because I want to get a portfolio, I suppose, built up, which will take quite a bit of work on my part, but that's fine. That's what I want to do. And at the very least I need to get some sample swatches for the patterns and things worked up so I can photograph those and have something to show people. And yeah, that's going to be the focus basically. There's an aeroplane going past. I'm sorry if you can hear that. But I need the window open. I do. I need a bit of fresh air in here. I know they always say to keep the windows closed when it's really, really hot, but it is actually slightly cooler outside than in at the moment, which is nice. And there's a little bit of a breeze. Yes, so more cushions will be coming in the future. I don't know quite when yet, and you will still see on Instagram and in the gallery part of my website movements happening, things that I'm making for myself as well. I'm going to keep going in case Ned wants to come and say hello. I won't pause just yet. As I hear little footsteps on the stairs. I think they're trying to be quiet. Hello? You coming in to say hi? Want to come and say hello? You can if you want. They're not from over there, they can't see you. No, come here. Come here. Come and say hello, and then I'll pause it while you're doing bedtime and everything, so there's not loads of background noise. Oh, sorry, sweetheart.
Hello.
Are you enjoying your summer holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah. What have we been doing today?
Mimi?
No, that's not a real word.
Mimi is a real word.
What does it mean?
Mimi.
That's not a meaning, it's just the same word again.
Yeah, but Mimi means Mimi.
Oh, okay.
Like thanks means thanks.
Okay. You know the screen's no good, you're supposed to look at the camera.
Yeah, it's hard not to look on that.
I know, it's tricky, isn't it? You going to tell them what you've been doing? Who's been round today?
In the My friend here.
Oh, yeah, you had a friend round
My
today.
little friend.
Get off.
Oh, my
Super
friend
close up.
here.
Friend
And they
you.
went dentist.
And we've been to the dentist. That's fun times. What did he say? He said your teeth were really good, didn't he?
And I needed to drink water.
Yeah.
And I have to have mint toothpaste.
We both need to drink. Oh, we'll ignore that bit. We'll find you some grown-up, not mint toothpaste instead. Yeah, it's fine. We both need to drink more water, don't we? Boring. Boring.
Yeah, I know.
Right, you need to go and get ready for bed. And I will pause this. And I'll carry on when you're asleep. Back in a bit.
Well, when I'm actually asleep.
Yeah. Okay, I am back with a fresh and deliciously cold drink. Cream soda, if you're wondering. It is now about 9:20. Ned is finally asleep, bless him. He really struggles with the heat as well, and his room is the hottest room in the house by a long way. Despite the fact that we have a portable air conditioning machine, 2 fans, heat reflective film on the windows, we keep the curtains closed all day at this time of year. It's sweltering in there, the poor little love. So you can probably hear his fan as well now. It is obviously in his room, not in here, but it's very loud and the walls are very thin. So sorry about the humming in the background. There's not a lot I can do about it. We'll just have to power on. Right, I have one more work in progress to talk about. Before I do, I just want to quickly mention I am still practicing my knitting. I haven't done very much. I completely frogged my first attempt because it was just all over the place and ridiculous. I have, I think, kept my second little swatch that I made. I can't remember where I've put it though. Yeah, it's going okay. It's going okay. Slow and steady. I'm doing a little bit every now and then. I've had more important things to work on, so it's kind of, what's the word? Don't know. It's at the bottom of the list anyway. At the moment, it's there's a mess now. It's not. It's just not important at all. What is really, really important is this next work in progress, which I can't show you very much of, but I can show you a bit. I have here 7 squares, well, rectangles, worked corner to corner with a triangle motif. There are 7 of them. They have been blocked today, so they are lovely and drapey and soft and wonderful, but keep their shape, which is very important. This is 100% acrylic yarn, and I just want to show off my floats on the back of these because I'm quite proud. They're not perfect, they're not pristine, but they're not bad. These are going to be joined together to make the very centre back of a cardigan for my sister-in-law Tabby. I have mentioned Tabby on this podcast before. She is otherwise known as Walking Gardener on Instagram. I shall of course link her in the description. And it was her birthday on Monday. Yes, that's right, on Monday. And as always, I am very, very late to making birthday presents for people. This is probably still going to be done before the blanket for my brother, which is well overdue already. But yeah, I sent her a message, I don't know, a couple of weeks before her birthday saying, what do you want? Is there anything I can make you? And she asked if I'd make her a cardigan. I said, of course I will. Let's find a pattern. Let's get going. So it took a little while. I think I talked about it last time actually, didn't I? Because I was having a bit of a dilemma with the yarn. That has now been sorted. I have sent back the yarn that had wool in it, and I have replaced it with the equivalent in weight of the hang on, it's here. Stylecraft Special Aran, just their standard one, 100% acrylic. Aran weight, so you get, I think that says 196 or 214 yards to 100 grams, which is good. And it is, you know, for an acrylic yarn, it's really lovely and soft. It is. This is black, obviously. The slow down. The bulk of the cardigan is being worked in black yarn. There is just this panel at the back that I'm doing in purple and white. Purple is Tabby's favourite colour, and she asked for a black and white cardigan. I'm just adding the purple for a bit of fun. I've got plenty of the yarn left in those two colours, so I may add a bit of detail around the cuffs or the neckline, something like that, to give it a little bit more interest. I may not, we shall see. The pattern that I am using is the Cool Triangles cardigan by Divine Debris. I shall pop a picture here. And what was I going to say? What else was I going to say? I have used a 3.5mm hook for those squares, and will do for the next section. The rest of it requires a bigger hook, so I need to do another gauge swatch for that. The pattern recommended a 4mm hook for those squares, rectangles, whatever, motifs. But as I have mentioned many a time before, my attention is pretty loose when it comes to crochet. I nearly always have to size down, which is fine. I expect it. It's why I did the gauge swatch. always do a gauge swatch. But yes, I just have to do another for the rest. I'm really, really pleased with how these have worked up though. I don't really like doing the same thing over and over again. It's a bit repetitive, so I'm glad there's only 7 to do. But hey, they were pretty quick to work up. I've done them over the space of 2 or 3 days. 2 days. No, did I start them on Sunday? I either started them on Sunday or Monday, so 2 or 3 days, and I've just done 2 or 3 a day, obviously, possibly 3 or 4. And then blocked them today, which didn't take long either. And then I think I shall join them tomorrow, hopefully, in between everything else I'm doing tomorrow. And then I can get on with the bulk of the cardigan once I've done my other gauge swatch. I mustn't forget. Work out which hook I need for the rest of it. So yes, it is a cardigan. That's a big project. But I think in terms of that kind of project, it's going to work up fairly quickly. It's a pretty simple construction. It is using Aran weight yarn, so it's not, I'm not torturing myself like I normally would with fingering weight or anything like that. So I would hope if I crack on to have it done in a couple of weeks, but we'll see, because it's not a hot weather project. I may have to put it aside for a bit, and I know she won't mind if I do. I can't imagine she'll want to wear this anytime soon. For one, I would imagine she's keeping this as a winter cardigan, or at least sort of autumny, because it's going to be squidgy and cosy and snuggly. All those things you want when the weather's cold, all those things you do not want when the weather is hot, even if you are a bit of a sun baby like she is. So, opposite of me. She loves the sun, loves being out in the garden, loves getting a tan. No, not for me. We shall have to continue to agree to disagree on that matter, because it's not my kind of thing at all. Do check out Divine Debris on Instagram and Ravelry, and I think she's got her own website possibly as well. I shall of course link it all down there. She does do clothing patterns, obviously, but a lot of what she does is colourwork wall hangings and stuff, and they're all really cool. They look brilliant, so do go and check those out. Right, that is all my works in progress. I have been going for over 40 minutes, but there's a couple of bits I think I need to edit out, and the rest shouldn't take too long, so I think I am going to do this all in one video today. So I'm just going to have a quick drink and then we shall press on. So, the to-do review. I have currently got a total of 13 works in progress, 6 of which are active, which I've just shown you. Go and check that. Yeah. I'm never quite sure if I've got that right. And I have a total written down of 14 future projects to work on. Not all of those are crochet. There's a few other little bits and bobs in there. I want to have a go at making some stitch markers. I want to have a go, which isn't written down, actually I want to get some polymer clay and have a go at making buttons. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. The hibernating work in progress that I want to talk about today is in here. This has been neglected for a very long time. It was, I think, one of the very first Crochet Society boxes that I ever received. This is box 29. I don't even know how long ago it's from. Whistle. Tissue paper's still really good. Does it say on the booklet? No, I think this is before they started putting in what month it was for. This is when they were still monthly though. Ooh, but the next box that they were advertising was the Christmas one for that year. So, yeah, it must have been an autumny one. And actually, that is the project I'm going to talk about. The one from the front page. Let me find the details for you. Oh, the very first pan. There is another picture of it, and you can see it is the Cassiopeia wrap by Anna, and I'm not even going to attempt her surname because I can never say it. I do follow her on Instagram, you should too. And the instructions are all in there, and I started this and I was still relatively new to crochet at the time, and I don't know if you can see in there's a load of little beads. They are used in this pattern. So I just managed to choose quite a challenging pattern, one of my earliest, And I have a feeling that when I do come back to this, which I will definitely do because it's beautiful, I'm going to have to completely frog it, undo it and start all over again. Now, included in this box, oh, the hook's not in there still, beautiful hook roll. I don't really use hook rolls very much. I find them a bit clunky to use, but I know a lot of people love them, and yeah, fair play if you do. But that one is really pretty, and I have to use it for something. Put special hooks in it or something like that. Ah, right, there it is. That's attached. Ooh, there's the hook. Oh, is that the right one? Yes, it is. It is. So I'm balancing this box on my knee. I'm going to put it back over here so it doesn't keep falling over. I can't see. Oh, you can just about see on there a 3mm hook. This is the one that came with the box. Whereas these days, ooh, tangled. Oh, I said put it up there so it doesn't fall over. And what's it doing? Falling over because I'm getting tangled. There we go. What's the saying? Yes, I would normally use a tulip hook these days, which will also affect my tension. Never mind the fact that I've been crocheting for a lot longer, so my tension would have completely changed. So I think it is going to be a case of stop and restart. The yarn for this is still under the Bella Coco name, because it's when Sarah Jane was still part of Crochet Society. It's the Nebula DK yarn. I don't know how well that's showing up. It's very shiny. And the colourway for this one is Orion. Having said, it says DK. That's not a DK weight yarn. Goodness me, that's super fine. Like, I would say that's more a fingering weight. I'll have to do a wraps per inch at some point. Focus. Doesn't want to. So there's Orion. And then there is the other colourway, which is called Karina, which is this. Can you see that it's sparkly? Yeah. Shimmery. And this is how much of the pattern I've worked on. And it's lovely. It is really, really lovely. I don't know why I didn't do more of it. Obviously it took me a little while to get started. I don't know if you'll be able to see the beads in there. Is it going to focus if I hold it this close? You might just be able to see a couple in there. Sorry, I can't hold things steady. And it's a really lovely pattern. And yeah, I will definitely come back to it. It's really lovely and loose. I will make this wrap, although I'd call it more of a scarf with the size that it is. One day I will finish it, or rather start it again, and I will either keep that for myself because it is beautiful, or I'll pop it up for sale because it is beautiful. So either way, it's a win-win. For now, it is on my list of languishing, hibernating works in progress that I need to get back to. But there's always new projects. I don't know if that's a problem you have or if that's just me. Although I know quite a few other people who have it too. You're working away and really, really enjoying the project that you're working on, and then you see a new one or have a new idea, or someone releases a new pattern. Alexis, you know who you are. Yeah. Ooh. No, I'll have to leave that for another time. So yeah, I'll get back to it one day. I will. I'm determined. It's staying on my list because it's lovely and I want to make it. But I think it's going to be a while. Right, on my radar. Again, I've been really, really busy. So I've not really been on Instagram much, which is where I normally get the on my radar things from. I haven't been watching as much YouTube as usual, which is the other place these things normally come from. So I haven't got anything new to tell you about. What I'm going to do is very quickly run through some make-alongs and collaborations that I have mentioned before, but they're either still running or haven't started yet. And I will link everything down in the description for you, so I'm just going to quickly run through these and then you can get more details below. So first of all, we have got the Amigurumi World Tour, which I think I mentioned last time, which is being run by Cassandra from Craftably Ever After on here on YouTube and on Instagram. It is ongoing. She has very generously bought 2 copies, 3 because she's keeping one for herself, 3 copies of a book that I can't remember the title of or the author of, which is really, really bad. But it is a book of amigurumi patterns. Cassandra specialises in making amigurumi. She is sending one around America and one around the rest of the world. And each person who receives the book makes one of the amigurumi in it and sends it on to the next person, and so on and so on and so on. I am on that list. I don't know when it will get to me, but I am waiting and I cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting. Cassandra has put together a little online journal type thing on her website, I believe, and she's posting about it regularly on Instagram and doing updates on the community tab on YouTube on her channel, and it's just really lovely to get involved. And so far, a lot of the things in the books aren't things I would ordinarily choose to make, but they've all turned out so cute, all the examples that I've seen, so I'm excited to see what I end up with. Depends what's already been made by the time it gets to me. Yeah, the second one I want to mention is the Knit 365 Summer Make-Along. This is being run by Martin at Knit 365. The aim of it, well, it started because he had a bunch of things that he wanted to get finished in summer by the end of September. So this ends on the 30th of September, and he just thought he'd invite us all to join in with him, which is nice. And he's making really good progress. Dogs barking in the background and traffic noises, sorry. And yeah, he's making great progress. I have not submitted anything yet, mostly because I don't think I've finished anything since it started, or if I have, I've just forgotten to post about it. But I am intending to, next time I have a finished object. I shall stick it on Instagram with the hashtag, possibly email it through to him or tag him or whatever. I am hoping, as I said earlier, to finish the blanket of my brother by the end of September. That is my big aim. So hopefully I'll be able to submit that into the make-along. There will of course be prizes. Okay, and number 3 is the Vicky Brown Mystery Make-Along. We know it's going to be a shawl. We have seen a picture, have we? You know, I can't remember. I think there might be like a close-up so you can't see the whole thing, but there's a bit of it. I'm sure I've seen a picture relating to it anyway. Yes, it is a shawl she has designed herself. You can buy the pattern from her for £6. You can buy yarn kits for the pattern from her also. This will be starting on, that was really squeaky, on the 29th of August. So a little while yet, plenty of time to get your yarn ready. I need to have a look in my stash for what I'm going to use. I can't afford to buy any more. I love her yarn, I do. I've got plenty of it. Not sure I've got much that will fit, though I think you need, for it to work properly with the pattern, 100 gram skein of a speckled or variegated, and then I think 2 50 gram plain ones. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But I will have a look in my stash at some point. Ooh, I've got a variegated skein from Vicky Brown when she was doing the 100 mystery skeins thing. so I might use that. Then see if I've got a solid that'll go with, either 2 solids that'll go with, or 1 that's enough in total that I can split. Did that make sense? We'll come back to that when it's nearer the time. And then finally we have got, appropriately, the last to the party make along being run by Emma, I think, I'm sorry if I've got your name wrong, at Eldenwood Craft here on YouTube. I think she's on Instagram as well. Can't remember the end date for this one, but I think it's the end of August off the top of my head. I might be wrong. It might be sooner than that. I can't remember. Details will be below though. Will be below though. I'm rushing now and my words aren't coming out right. I need to slow down a bit. The intention behind the late to the party Mal is to make something that you feel like everybody else has already made and you haven't yet. It can be any craft, whether that's knitting or crochet or weaving or papercraft or I don't even know what else because I can't think of anything. Needle felting? Yeah, that sort of thing. Any craft at all, just something that you feel like everybody else has made, nobody else has. I can't remember what Emma said she's making. It's not a ranunculus because she's made some of those already. I can't remember, but she does talk about it in the video where she announces the make along. My intention, if I get time before the closing date, is to start a granny hexy cardigan. I think I know which yarn I'm going to use, but I'm not certain yet. And I don't know, it's just something I want to have a go at. I've got some lovely yarn that would make a lightweight but cosy cardigan and would look really pretty. Don't know, we shall see. And that's all that. Acquisitions. Right, I've already shown you the yarn for Tabby's cardigan, so I don't need to show you that again. I have today received some bits from the works, which I ordered. I haven't just randomly received stuff, unfortunately. If you're not familiar with the works, it is a chain. Yeah, it is. I don't know how big a chain, but it is a chain of stores in the UK. Again, it may be international, I'm not sure, but certainly in the UK, that sell budget friendly craft supplies, stationery, kids games, books, gift bags, that sort of thing. Nothing super high quality, but it's all very cheap and it's great. So I have today, there's a few bits and bobs, there's a bit I won't show you because it's boring, but what I will show you is, I'll show you this last, well not last, but close, a new pack of washi tape in all different designs because I love washi tape. It just looks lovely. Those are all really, really pretty. I don't know where I'm going to put that now. It can go there for the moment. I have got 3 storage boxes over here, which I will show you. The intention with these was for them to go, I've just realised how wonky my background is. Sorry, it's because I haven't straightened my camera up. Oh well. These were to go in my Kallax cube unit behind me. They don't fit. They're too big. Very annoyed. It's my own fault. I should have checked the size of the cubes before ordering these boxes. And of course I didn't do that. Who does that? But you know, they're storage boxes. They're collapsible, so they can fold away if I don't need to use them right now. And they'll stack up nicely in the corner and look pretty. Or they could go in Ned's room or downstairs with Ned's toys in. Or downstairs with my things in. Possibly with Kelvin's things in, but I don't know, I think they're too pretty for that. So now I will say one thing. This is really, really clever, right? The sides are held together with press studs, or poppers, as I've always called them. On every single box there is one that will not press together. Like I said, these things aren't always very high quality. It's that one on this box. So I'll show you the other side. This is just a lovely, like, woodland animals pattern. We've got, can you see? Yes. Stags and hedgehogs, leaping deer. That's about it. Oh, hare, possibly. It's got quite long ears, hasn't it? So yeah, probably a hare. Rabbits, bits of foliage. No badgers. No badgers or foxes. Very disappointing. Yeah, I just thought that one was quite pretty. And they were on offer for, I can't remember how much they were individually, but I think it was 2 for £12 or 3 for £15. I thought, well, there happened to be 3 that I like, so that's quite convenient. They get better and better as well. This is the second one. How cute's that? Here's Peter Rabbit. It's got lots of images from the Peter Rabbit books, well, based on the Peter Rabbit illustrations anyway, and it's just adorable. Little bits of Beatrix Potter's handwriting and original sketches from the original stories. Oh, it's Jemima Puddle Duck. Silly goose. Well, duck, I suppose. But oh no, that is the same. Wondered if it was different on the back, but it isn't. It's the same. So that's number 2. And then my favourite of the 3. It's Paddington. I love Paddington. I always have done. We watched the second Paddington film with Ned a few weeks ago. We've seen the first one, obviously, with him before. Annoyingly, this is probably the least well constructed of the 3, but I don't care, I'm going to use it anyway. So yeah, on top we've got Bears Will Be Bears. On the front and back we have got If We're Kind and Polite, If we're kind and polite, the world will be right. I will get my words out at some point. And on the sides we have got Please Look After This Bear. I just love them. Love it, love it, love it. So I will definitely use them for something. I just don't know what, and they can't go on my shelves, which is annoying. Will they fit on those shelves? No, they're too deep for there as well. I'll probably just stack them up in the corner, it's fine. Right, what I also bought was 2 packs of these little wooden hearts, and there are 60 per pack, so I have 120 of them. I am intending to drill teeny tiny holes, just 1 per heart, so that I can turn these into key rings, because my wonderful friend Lindsay, who I believe I was about to visit last time I spoke to you, and who I did visit and we had an amazing time, has got herself a is it Cricut or Cricut? One of those machines where you can cut stuff out of vinyl anyway. And she's having a great time, and she has said that if I buy the supplies, she will decorate things for me for free, which I can then sell at my markets, in my online shop, etc, etc. So I'm currently having my logo redesigned. It's not going to be a huge change, but it will be noticeable. And I'm thinking put my logo on one side, and then a little quote or a word, or maybe just an initial on the other, or a little pitch. I don't know. What do you think I should put on them? I'd like to do quotes, but they are only little. They are, I don't know what that is in centimetres, but they're about that long on my thumb. And that's how wide they are. So they are only small. I could maybe just do like a word, like joy, peace, other good words. that I can't think of at the moment. I don't know. I'll chat to Lindsay as well, see what she thinks. She's always full of good ideas. So that's that. I'm also going to get her to do some stickers for me. What else was I thinking? All kinds of things I want to do. Key rings is the main thing, because I know everybody likes, it doesn't necessarily have to be used as a key ring either. They can be put on bags, you know, as bag charms, or I don't know, used for whatever. But yes, we're going to have some fun, I think, putting together some things. And while I was at my lovely Lindsay's house, getting drunk on gin and putting the world to rights, do you want to see how it works? Yes. Would you like a tote bag? Yes. Get that. When I win the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there will be signs. There will be signs. Cats and yarn. Which, to be fair, is pretty much what my life is full of already, so maybe nobody would notice. But I'm so pleased with it. I think it's brilliant. We designed that together. Obviously the quote you'll have seen before. We found that picture on the little library that comes with the app she uses. And yeah, put the two together. And I love it. And it means I've got another project bag. So yeah, tote bags may be a thing that come into stock in my shop at some point in the future. I shall obviously go for crochet appropriate quotes and such. If you've got any other ideas of what you think would sell well, what you think people are looking for, let me know, because I don't know, I'm feeling my way through all of this, but it's going to be fun. Right, I'm pretty much done. Just a quick little chat about a couple of things and I shall let you go. Adjust, more comfortable. So, as I'm sure you know, if you are a parent in the UK, we are slap bang in the middle of the summer holidays. I say slap bang in the middle, we're not even that far in yet. We're in the second week. We're in the middle of the second week. Got ages left. Not my favourite time of year. It's better than January. But yeah, just the lack of routine frustrates me. I don't enjoy the weather, as I may have mentioned once or twice. And it feels chaotic, but we are getting through. Ned and I have done a few little fun things. We've got a few more little fun things planned. And not a huge amount. We're hopefully going to go away for a couple of nights, all three of us, in a couple of weeks' time. But we need to actually book somewhere just within the UK. We're not going to go far, just to break things up a little bit. It's going okay. How's your summer going? Do you have kids? Are they driving you up the wall? If you don't have kids, do you feel incredibly lucky right now? If you have preschool aged children or babies, are you like, what are you talking about? I have mine all the time, shut up moaning. Because that is how I used to feel. But yeah, you get used to them being out of the house all day, and then all of a sudden they're in it all day again. I love Ned very, very much. He is wonderful. It's just a lot. Not necessarily a lot of work, just a lot of thinking that has to be done. Wears me out. That's about it, really. Just a quick reminder that my next market, both the next one I will be attending and the next one I will be hosting, happens to be the same this time, is on the 5th of October in Harrogate. I have got a few vendors booked in, which is great. I have got someone who has very wonderfully said that they will do a pop-up cafe for me, so I need to plan that out properly with her. I can't remember her name, I'm so sorry. It might be Julie. I will put all her details in the link below. She has quite recently started up a catering company of her own, and yeah, apparently she does like coffee mornings in church halls and that sort of thing as well. So I shall drop her details below. Please go and give her all of the love. She's doing me, I suppose it's not really a favour, she'll hopefully make a load of money out of it, but it feels like she's doing me a favour. I am still looking for, and I do have a couple of people to reach out to, but if you know anyone, face painters, anyone who can do, I don't even really know what, like magic tricks maybe, balloon animals, that kind of thing. I basically want to have just a little bit of entertainment for any children that are brought along, because I feel that if, oh, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I just heard Kelvin coming up to bed and thought I would pause while he sorted himself out so you didn't have to hear him using the bathroom. What was I saying? Yes, my theory is that people will bring kids along because it's a Saturday in town. Kids are going to be out and about. If the kids have got something to watch, to something to keep their attention for a bit, then the adults are more likely to hang around for a bit and therefore potentially buy things. So I just want something to entertain people, basically. I can't afford to pay anyone to do it, that's the only problem. I have just spent a little bit of budget that I had on getting a music license so that I can play music. It's a year's license, so it's not just for this market, it'll cover me for most of next year as well. I did want to get some live music in, but I can't afford to pay anyone for that either. One 90-minute session for a live musician would cost about the same as a year's music license to be able to play, Spotify playlists or whatever. So I've got the license instead, so I can at least have background music playing, which I think again will help. I think having the cafe there will help people linger. I'm going to dot a couple of little seating areas around inside the hall. I think I'm hoping to use the upstairs of the venue so I can shoehorn a few more vendors in to make up for the space that the cafe will use up, assuming I get enough vendors in the first place, of course. So yeah, so far so good. It's slow, I need to get my finger out. I said this last time. I'm really get organised now, but that's okay. I just looked up the caterer's details instantly while this was paused, and she is called Julie. So I got that right, which is fab. I don't know what else to say now. I'm sure I was going to say some other things, mostly the market. If you know anyone who would be interested in vending or is able to provide a bit of free entertainment, or if any ideas at all for what else I could do just to make things a bit more I don't know, more than just a craft market, if you see what I mean. And yeah, it'll come together, I know it will. It's just a little bit of background stress, but hey, I brought this on myself and I want to keep doing it. I like organising it, I like the money it brings in. I made quite a good chunk on the last one, hence being able to pay for the music license this time. And hopefully if I get all my bits and bobs set up, sorted out, stickers and that sort of thing, I will actually make a few sales this time, which would be lovely. Because obviously I will have my own stall as well. I'm intending, I think, next year to do far fewer, not that I've done loads, but I've got a few coming up towards the end of the year, but do far fewer of other people's craft markets, but arrange more myself. Because my sales at markets aren't usually very high. I very rarely cover my table fee. Whereas, because I charge a table fee to my vendors, I make money off organising a craft market. Not loads, but enough to, you know, I don't know, pay for the shopping for a week or two, or pay for a music licence. And of course I can have my own stall there as well, essentially for free, which is helpful. So yeah, I think that's the plan for next year. I just need to work out dates. When would be good? I'm rambling now. I think I'm done. This is the shortest episode that I've done in a while. It's still gone over an hour, or at least it has on my timer. By the time I've edited it might be slightly shorter, but probably not. Not a lot anyway. So yeah, that's it. Was there anything else I was going to say? Just to wrap up, I don't think I was. Oh, my next episode will... there were two very, very important things. Well, one, my next episode will be... I made a note to write down when I'll be recording it and then didn't actually write that down. Where is my calendar? My next podcast will be recorded on, presumably... Yes, the 14th of August, so published on the 16th, all going well, assuming I manage to stick to schedule. Around about that time, I will also be able to announce, officially, this is just a little teaser, able to announce that I have teamed up with another YouTuber to bring to you a make-along of our very own. It will be Halloween themed. That's probably all I'm really going to say about it for now. Obviously I will be crocheting something, she will be either crocheting or knitting something. You don't have to do either of those things. I don't think we're going to limit the craft at all. There is a specific, you don't have to use a specific pattern or anything like that, but there is a specific aim in terms of finished product for the make along. We will of course provide prizes and that sort of thing, and I think we are planning to do a Ravelry group which I will host, and a Discord group possibly that she will host. That needs just pinning down. We will have a hashtag for Instagram, but that will more be for the social aspect of things, because using hashtags on Instagram for anything useful now is a bit hit and miss, so we didn't want to rely on that for like prize entries and stuff. So you will of course be able to email us your entries as well if you don't have either Ravelry or Discord. More details about that will be coming in approximately a couple of weeks. Hopefully, yes, I think that means I will be able to announce it officially in the next podcast episode, which is exciting. And that's it. That's it. So, it just remains to be said, thank you, as always, for watching me jabber on. For putting up with me tripping over my words and being incredibly disorganised and forgetting what I'm going to say. For the constant interruptions that we've had this evening. For the irritating background noise. Yeah, just for putting up with all of that. Thank you. If you are a regular, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new to my channel, thank you to you for popping by. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you feel inspired to press the subscribe button and stick around so that you can be notified of any future videos that I release. One very last little point that I've just remembered: my daily crafty chat videos. I normally release a little video roughly every day. 10 minutes or so, just with a quick update about what I've been doing that day, craft-wise. I haven't done them for a few weeks now, just because there's been a lot else going on and I haven't had the brain space. They will come back. I just need to get through them a little bit more. So yes, if you haven't watched them already, feel free to go back and check them out. They'll be linked. Yeah, like, subscribe, share, follow me on Instagram, leave me a comment. I want you to do all these things, every single one. And yeah, take care of yourself. Until next time, I will be back in a couple of weeks. Bye for now.